get good justice, we hope. So thank you, dear audience. Thank you, our special thanks to our police commissioner. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. As we all can feel how hard it is for the families to speak, especially when they're losing their loved ones. You know, we all came to this country with the hope for a better life. We're doing everything we can do to contribute to the community. I came here as, you know, I went to school, I went to junior high school, I went to high school, I went to college. I basically grew up here on the 66th precinct. And nevertheless, we are working, everybody that is coming here now, they're basically coming here to improve their life and improve the lives of the families. These unfortunate situations puts us in a very bad spot, especially with the families. Some of these people that are killed, they are the only one that could feed the bread and butter to the families. It makes it extremely hard for the families to do it. We would like to request and we would like to basically welcome this program as a welcoming program for our community in partnership with the New York City Police Department to work together in projects in future, maybe educating the bikers better. And would like to have some suggestions from the Commissioner of the Police how to communicate with police better. Maybe it's lacking on our end that we're not being open, we're not able to speak, and we're not speaking out. You know, some of us are concerned that if we go to the police, what the answer we're going to have, because we don't have documents. We're not legal residents, like, you know, in New York City or the United States. But these are the things that we would like to have clearance. As this is in partnership, I would like the Mr. Community leaders, Mr. Abdulrahman Khanna, President of Sunday Society, Mr. Mohammed Rabmia, ex-President of Northwest Society, and Nazmul Hassan, President of Northwest Society, ASM Alauddin, the General Secretary of Shandip Society. We have a flowers banquet over there just to give it to the Commissioner, as this is starting at the beginning of the partnership with the Commissioner and the Bangladeshi community.
Smile. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We would like now to have the President of Baitul Jannah Jami Masjid, Mr. Farooq Wadud, to say a few words, please.
Alhamdulillah. Welcome, Commissioner and Inspector, and welcome all of you here today. It is a very unfortunate situation, even though the authority is doing a great job. As you can see, they are here to show their sympathy for this community. But also, from our end, we need to be more careful and more communicative to build a better society, which we can have more communication so that everybody know our problem. And that is how we can be in a more solid standing. Because this kind of situation will always happen. There are lots of criminals in the city. And we are not left alone. That's the good news. The authorities here, they are showing their concern And now we have to be in better touch with them, and also among ourselves from different communities, not be divided, but united together. That is a solution, and also we have to be careful. Whatever we do, the timing, because I see the news every minute comes in everybody's phone, cell phone. This happens every minute. Crime is being happened. I mean, what can we do? I mean, we only know after it happens. So the better way is, let us make a better communication among each other. Forget the barriers, whatever existing among us. And we know that they are with us. And from our community, we see police is always there, 60% missing. So that is a great news, and we cannot really complain about it, but we can take the risk and be prepared. Reporting right away, not be afraid, because today the governor has passed a law that people who do not have the proper paperwork, people cannot report about that. So if somebody has no paper, you don't have to worry about it. He is protected by law. So that's all I can say. And to the family, which is our great sympathy for you, but Allah will take care of that. As a shaheed, I am here, inshallah. And from this community, on behalf of this community, I once again say thank you very much.
Thank you. You know, we have the mosques that is working with the entire community. We also have different organizations in our community that does the work too. And I would like to invite the president of Shandip Society, Mr. Abdul Hannan Fana, to say a few words, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I want to thank you, thanks to our commissioner, thanks to our officers of 66 precincts to come and join with us here. And I want to thanks to the organizer of such a great community affairs to meet with our officers. And I want a special thanks to our 66 precincts who's doing a great job in our community, because I also came here very young and grew up here. So I know they're always doing a great job. As what we can do, what they can do. We have to make arrangements of more of events like this, where we can talk, where we can share our feelings, and we can ask them from our side what we can do to work together better, to resolve crime, to resolve like drugs and stuff. There is also a problem, a lot of young people in our community who are affected by drugs. So I know things are happening because of all these reasons. So I would like to have more events with them in future, see how can we work together. Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. We would also like to basically know how could our community be in liaison with the police department, like who do we contact, who would like to have some direct contacts with the police department where if anything happens, we're able to get in touch with them immediately.
Yes, hi. Everybody has social media here, right? Yeah. I know you do. Yes. Twitter, you guys have heard of Twitter, right? Yes. I hope you guys are following the 66 Precinct Twitter, because not only every month do we have a community council meeting, we just had our monthly community council meeting right over in 13th Avenue, where anybody can come down, voice their concerns, but we also have build-a-block meetings. I'll explain it this way. Every precinct is, like, for instance, my precinct is divided into 4 sectors, A, B, C, and D. I'll put it that way. And every quarter, every one of those sectors has a build-a-block meeting, specifically catered to that particular area of the precinct. where where it's really like close knit with my NCO officers, and you voice your concerns. Tell us what's going on. Tell us what you see. We would like to get more attendance than you know. We've been doing a lot better with it. Some people they see it, but they don't want to come down. You guys got to come down. You know, I think it would help us know what's bothering you, instead of just calling 911 when you when you know you're not having that great of a day. It's a great opportunity to meet my cops. You know, get intimate with the guys, and you know really and they'll get down, tackle what's the issues. What are you guys seeing? How can we help you? Sometimes it's not a police department issue, but we can tell you how we can. You know, we have to get another agency involved to correct the situation. And it's wonderful. I think it's a great opportunity. I haven't seen you guys at my community council meetings. You guys got to come down. Come down. The Build a Block meetings, be my NCOs. I think that would be a good step in the right direction to really you know get the communities involved a lot closer with the police department.
Thank you very much. You know, the community would like to hear from the President of BAFA, Captain Karam Chaudhry, please.
Sorry. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Inspector, for showing here and showing your support. BAFA started in 2015. We are here because we want to be part of the community, and we bridge the gap between the community and the police department. We have done many seminars. Recently, we have done drug awareness seminar in regards to our youths getting involved with drugs, especially GABA and a couple other drugs. We lost few guys due to drug overdoses, so we have done that. Right now, it's a sad day. You know, people get killed. You know, sometimes it gets violent, and unfortunately, Mr. Sufyan lost his life due to mindless violence. We have to come together and support the family, and we have to catch the perpetrator. And trust me, this department is doing everything to catch the perpetrator. Okay? It's already caught, and then the guy is already caught, and he's gonna be prosecuted. It was a heinous crime, and to show our support, I have many of my members, many of my board members. If you can look in the back, you will see I have 6 or 7 of my members coming in here. If you guys need anything, any sort of direction, any questions, concerns, whatever you guys have, we can, you know, talk to you guys. We are having a big hiring going on in you know, next year. Just make sure that if you guys know anybody who wants to take the police exam, make sure that they take the police exam. You know, it's a great opportunity to serve your community and be part of the change that this department is trying to make. So I would encourage everybody, just make sure that they're taking the police exam, which is gonna be taking place shortly. If they wanna get any types of directions, they can go to NYPD Recruit, okay? And then just go to Google and search NYPD Recruit, and you know it will pop up the recruitment website, or nyc.gov/OASYS, OASYS. And if they go over there, they can sign up, and they can sign up for the exam. It's not only police officer exam, there are so many other exams. If they want to join traffic department, they want to join the school safety department. They want to become, like, you know, a lot of our females, you know, they feel comfortable to work in the office or whatnot, in office environment. We have PAs that they can take the exam for, or like 911 operators. So just make sure that, you know, so many other opportunities this city and our department can provide, and you have to take advantage of it. Okay, and thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. And I look forward to talk to you. I'll be available after this program if you want to talk to me. If you guys need any advice, any suggestions, I'm here for you guys all. You know, thank you so much.
Thank you, President. We're actually waiting for the brother of Mr. Barkatullah. He said he should be here shortly. he got stuck in traffic. At this time, I would like to have Mr. Robia, the ex-president of North Society, say a few words, please. And we should keep it short because we are on a time frame. I would like to finish within the time frame we have given to the authorities. Thank you.
Thank you. I promise I finish within 2 minutes. Mr. Commissioner and Mr. Commander 66 present and distinguished guests and police officer around here and the community activists. I'd like to thank you, Mr. Jahid Mintu, to arrange such a meeting like this. We need this kind of meeting every month, I believe. Mr. Commissioner, I am very excited to meet you here today, and it is the first time I am meeting with you, but I hope it will not be a last one. And we have a lot of problems in our community. First community, our speaking problem. What we need, that is the barrier. We cannot speak well. That's we are not going to the police officer or any kind of agencies to get help. But people here, I can promise you, everybody can write, they cannot speak. They have a skill to write. So I am just working as a community, I mean, a non-profit organization around here. So I am assuring you, I will work with you in future. And I am a hardworking people like our people. Our people is very hardworking and family oriented people. And I came here in New York City in 1985. Since 85, I'm struggling. Still I'm struggling. You can feel how I'm struggling right now. So I was struggling before Lord. So within that many years, I came here right now. Thanks Almighty Allah, and I appreciate to you to come over here, spend some time with us. And I believe we have some more opportunities in our future. We'll meet with you and we'll discuss our problem. Our community problem, we'll share with you, and it will be solved, I believe. And I like to thank you all. You come over here, Mr. Officer and others. And good night again, and thank you, Mr. Officers and Mr. Commander.
Thank you. I would like to introduce some people that are here, especially we'll start with the hosting mosques. I want to thank especially the Brooklyn Islamic Center Executive Committee. We have here with us Mr. Saiful Azam, who is here, who is the president of Brooklyn Islamic Center, Mr. Saiful Alam, General Secretary, Mr. Abul Qasem, the Board of Trustee member, Sheikh Sirajul Islam, Brother Sirajul Islam, Vice President of Brooklyn Islamic Center, Brother Mahbub Rahman and Brother Muslim Ubi, Brother Safai Hussain Safa. We also have here with us today the General Secretary of Shandip Society, A.S. Amaluddin. We have here the Bengali newspapers and the print and electronic media. We have Mr. Mizanur Rahman, the news editor of Weekly Dash. And we have here Mr. Shoaib Islam, who is from Weekly Tikana. Mr. Abu Tahir, CEO of Time Television. We also have here Mr. Sohail Mahmood, who is from Beef TV. Ashraful Bulbul Hassan, US correspondent for RTV USA. And Saeed Alam, who is on camera for RTV USA. We also have here Mr. Rudra Masud, who is from Solomon Noakhali. That's a community-based newspaper. We have the family members here. We have here the Imam and Khatib of Darul Jannah Masjid, again Ibrahim Khalilullah. Would like you to say a few words, please. Thank you for coming. He will not speak. We're almost towards the end of our program. Before we open up for any questions or anything, would like to welcome, that's also one of the organizations that's working in the community, Mr. Ahsan Habib, the president of the Chittagong Association, to say a few words, please.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm late because I had to go another place. I thought there's another place this happened. Thank you, everyone. Actually, I just come in. I know there is something happened, which is we should together to resist the unusual thing, people being killing. So we have to raise our voice together, and those who is coming today, I thank you all. And we want to support the city to build more greater. So from Chittagong Association, I thank you all officers, those who come to support us. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We're almost at the end of the program before we open up for questions. And the questions should be specifically to today's topic. It is, since we're here, this is the fair service for all the victims that we have lost recently, especially the families of Salahuddin Mia, Tariq Aziz, and Barkatullah. Would, I guess, assuming the commissioner will answer the questions, or whoever the questions is addressed to. Since we have the commanding officer of 66 Precinct here, you may ask him questions as well, he'll answer. Before we turn it over, we have two more speakers. I would like Mr. Abul Hashim, the president of Bangladesh Muslim Center, to say a few words, please.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Mr. Commissioner, and also Officer 66 Prison, and who is the organizer today for such a wonderful evening. Also, community leaders and electronic media. We are very pleased in the community that the busy casual, the Mr. Commissioner is here and give us his support and sympathy for the community. And we'd like to thank you very much for him and for his time in abroad. And this is the first time the Commissioner is usually come in here in the community to meet the community people. We have a lot of problems in the community since the community is grown up. I don't want to discuss right now about that sector because of the time is short. That's only we can discuss on officer of the 66 prison because we are under the 66 prison. They are giving enough support, they are giving enough service, especially in the Ramadan. We're getting a wonderful service from them. But still we have problem going on at midnight for the security. We will discuss and sit down with the officer how we can solve this problem and what they need from our side, what they can do their side to discuss later on, not today especially. So once again, thank you community leaders to be present and support this meeting, and also organizers and also continuously commissioner who is available time to give us as the community. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just one thing that just came to my mind. Since this area is heavily populated with Bangladeshi people, and this is a heavily populated Bengali community, I know we have a couple of Bengali officers in 66 Precinct, but we'd like to also have a request for Commissioner to assign more officers from Bangladeshi community to 66 Precinct, and even sergeants, whatever it is in your capacity. Since this is a very heavily populated Bengali area, and if you go like a couple of blocks, you'll see nothing but Bengali people. I think commanding officer knows that very well. With this being said, I would like to turn the microphone over to the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Jarman Shah. He will speak, he will answer questions, and he will also close the program. Thank you very much for being here today with us.
So again, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to come and speak tonight and to come into your home, essentially. I've listened very carefully tonight, and what I would like to say to you is, the gentleman that just came in spoke about raising voices, raising your voices. I think I heard that. My mother and father came here to this country many years ago from Ireland. They immigrated to this country and started life. I am first generation born in my family here. I know that there is many people, I heard some that were here since 1985, right? 1985, 37 years ago.
I'm from 1980.
That's a different kind of man. But whether you are from 1985 or you got off a plane at JFK last week, you are welcome here.
Thank
You are New Yorkers. That's it. And you deserve to be entitled to living a safe life and making a better life for you and to starting a family and to living that dream that we all want to live. When you look at, oftentimes it comes up, and I've heard it talk today, somebody brought up about, Jason eloquently said, like, you got to get involved. You need to get involved. You need to raise your voices. And I'll close by speaking. There's many ways that I think that maybe something good can come from us coming here tonight for such a very sad reason. And our hearts go out to everyone that has lost someone here today. But no one first know this, no one in the NYPD cares last week or 10 years from now about what your immigration status is. In fact, they're forbidden by law from asking you about your immigration status. You better believe that. You need to believe that and understand that that is absolutely true. No one cares. This is a city of immigrants. You make us stronger. But we also have to protect you. And for us to really protect you, it kills me that we were not able to protect everyone. But for us to do better, we need you involved. And Jason touched on it. Somebody said that, well, we'd like to have more meetings. We have meetings every day. Every day across New York City, we hold different types of meetings. You need to have an awareness. And if you don't know about it, then that's on us, that we're not doing a good enough job letting everyone know. But that can come out of tonight. So whether it's social media, whether it's community council meetings, whether it's meetings that are held at the precinct, following us on social media so that you know where these meetings are. Every command has a police officer assigned to a particular geographical area. There are leaders in this room right now. There are business leaders, there are leaders of mosques. If we get a better relationship with each other, there is nothing that we can't accomplish. And we need to start doing that immediately today. I would just thank everyone again for allowing me to come out tonight. I'll take questions now. I see some of the gentlemen in the back of the room, members of your community that are in law enforcement that can be used better as a bridge to kind of close that gap. So I think there is a lot that we can do to strengthen the relationships. Please know that we stand with you and we are ready to serve you going forward. So thank you again. Yes, sir.
Good evening. My name is Nazmul Hassan. I am one organization president right now, which one is the biggest in New York City now. It's called the Greater Noakhali Society. And the people doing the bike delivery, at least I think the 15,000 people, they are all of them from my neighborhood in the back home. 15 miles around, they are from my back home. I know almost of them. Last 3 years, we lose more than 8 people. Someone died in car accident, someone died in the shoot them or like this. So I know the law enforcement is changed. I came there 37 years ago too. I live in Foster Heights. Even I don't go after 8 o'clock, evening 1 block away. Now I can go 1 o'clock my home, walk down. No problem at all. I know this is thanks for the police department, law enforcement, how they're working now. The city is changed much. But how you can prevent them? These guys in the last August, within 1 week around here, they lose 10 of the bike. The bike, whoever is stolen that, they sell other bike here. So how the city can make a law that those bikes cannot be sold and have some kind of registration, they're not going to lose those bikes. My question is.
Are you saying the bikes were stolen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that is a big problem, and it's not just a big problem in one part of New York City, it's all New York City. I think we can definitely work on that. We need to, let me just say this, and I left this out and it needs to be said. Whether you came here last week or 20 years ago, I said before, you matter to us. You do not underestimate the power of your voice. And in New York City, like many places, the way things change and you get recognized and the way things get done is strength in numbers. So I think we're part of the way there with many of the organizations that are represented here today. But if you are not currently making your voices heard to members of elected officials, whether it's at the city council, the state assembly, or anywhere else, you are failing. I'm being honest. You must make yourself heard to the members that are elected across this city and this state and this great country, and it is a great country. They represent you. They serve you. You need to make your voices heard in the most eloquent, loud, respectful fashion, what you need. And we will work with you on that. But whether you're talking about bicycles being stolen, or how to make the roads safer for when you're doing your deliveries, or crime, or help with anything, we can help you, but we can't do it alone. We need you to work with us, and you need to speak up for yourselves as well. So when what we've seen over the last year in New York City with crime rising, some of it is 100% entirely preventable, but we need your voices. We need your voices to the elected officials to say, hey, we're not happy with what we're seeing here. We need it changed. Because when it's just the police saying it, it does not carry the same weight. So I'd love to work with you. We can work with some of the fraternal organizations, or I will have somebody at the back of the room give you a card, and we can follow up on that, whether it's stolen bikes or making it safer for all.
Yes.
Thank you. I talked to many delivery bikers. They say police don't care about their claim or claim. So,
Of a bike stolen?
Yeah. So do you have any statistics last few 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months? How many bikes are stolen and how many are being recovered?
I do not have those numbers here today. I can tell you in my old jobs, running crime statistics for the New York City Police Department, I was the chief of detectives that had to investigate crimes, and now I'm the police commissioner. The last 5 years or so, as you see more and more bikes in New York City that cost more and more money because e-bikes and things of that nature, it has been a growing crime problem. I don't have the exact numbers, but it absolutely has been an increased problem. There are some organized groups that go around and try to steal bicycles. We do care about it. There's a lot of challenges with it. I can tell you that right now, when you catch somebody stealing a bicycle, you basically we bring them to the precinct. What do they get? A desk appearance ticket, and they walk right out the door. Again, you need to make your voice. That is, I would argue that is the vehicle by which you make a living. That is a very important thing for you to provide for you and for your family. But you need to explain it in those terms, because right now, in terms of treated as a serious thing. We absolutely care when somebody's bike gets stolen.
Can I ask a question?
Sir.
Yes. So, hi, my name is Abu Tahir. I'm from Time Television. And my question is, as you know, the Bangladeshi community, one of the most growing community in New York City. And one of our Bangladeshi American police who talked here, and he mentioned about a very toxic drug from Bangladesh, which is yaba, called yaba. Is there any way, because there is a lot of incident happen, and it's a growing problem in Bangladeshi youth, the drug problem, right? So if we need to have some kind of information, and if we contact with them, they are abided by law. Oh, you call the DCPI, right? We have to call DCPI to get the information. And it's very tough to get the right way the information. Is there any way you can assign a Bengali police officer who, if we need any information.
Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Time Television.
Time Television.
It's a community television based in New York.
Okay. And when you're looking for information specifically regarding that drug or on other issues as well?
Yes.
Okay. We can work. There's a member of DCPI in the back. Give me one more time. What exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking for that if you can assign, because about 200 Bengali Bengali American police officers, they're working with NYPD.
Yeah.
So if anyone assigned by the NYPD, that okay, if Bengali press have any kind of query, we can call them and ask them whether they can provide the information. That will be easier for us to help the community and help the...
Let me think about that.
Okay.
I will bring that back to John Miller from DCPI. You're going to ask to get somebody promoted now, too? Sounds like a setup.
No, it's not set up. It's not set up because I'm working with the community almost 27 years as a journalist,
Yeah.
and that's the problem we are facing. You know,
I think that you could say the same about, we do many things well, but there's many areas that we're a little bit slow. So,
Yes.
you know, we've done conscious things within our communications since I took over, and it's ongoing to be more in touch with certain communities within New York City, whether it's here we're talking about the Bengali community, maybe it's Main Street Flushing with the Asian community, and are we doing everything within social media, within DCPI, and doing stories, not just in the traditional stories of the Daily News, the New York Post, the New York Times, but other smaller neighborhood papers. We've done a lot of work, we probably could do more, and we'll explore that. Chris, you can bring that back. Thank you.
Sure, thanks.
Any last questions? Yes.
I have been just related with the bike. In front of my house, 6 bikes stolen like around 6 months ago. And I have been picture and camera, I showed them officer, and he took the pictures, and next day he published on the social media that he's selling that bike, same bike.
Oh, the
And
person that took it.
Yes, I took his pictures, and also I called the detective and gave him all the information. But since today, I don't know what happened. They did not let me know there is something they caught or not. I don't know yet. So this is really up to
Jimmy,
your
raise your
judgment.
hand. You see him? You talk to him afterwards and we'll get back to you on that. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
You tell me if I have to stop, okay?
My name is Mohammad Hassan Habib. I'm the president of one of the social organizations, Chittagong Association of North America Inc. I have a question that...
If it's a hard question, I'm going to give it to Jason.
A criminal always has a criminal. A killer always has a killer. It doesn't belong to any religion identity. So in this city, if we calculate that this year, couple of thousand people have been killed for some reason. But whenever is a Muslim name came, I have been noticed in the media or some politicians that try to show us that this is like a terror attack or something like that. But whenever other religion people did this thing, it's like criminal attack or criminal offense. So we request the police officers, we are law-abiding people, we try to stop all bad things around this city. So whenever it's happened, like try to a Muslim did this same thing, whenever media and police department or so other politicians started to analyze this, and this go to the mass people, and in that case, all around the city, people, whenever Muslims go some places, they think there may be terrorists. So we request, a criminal always a criminal. We want to bring him to the justice.
Yes.
So we want to support you regarding this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for that. I agree with you. Bad people are bad people. Right. No matter what they look like, no matter what. What I will tell you is, you know, I represent 8.8 million people. Right. People think you're the police commissioner for the members of the NYPD. Not really. I am the police commissioner for the members of the NYPD, and I've thought from every day that I had this job, you're the police commissioner for everyone in New York City. And if I walk into St. Patrick's Cathedral, or I walk into a yeshiva, or I walk in here tonight, I've always felt that. And I always feel like I represent the people that I'm with. So
thank you.
That is not how I feel. I would not tolerate that. I think you're right at times, but you know, no one should stereotype anyone. So thank you for being on.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you to NYPD team members that are here. Thank you, 66 Precinct. And thank you, all of you that are here. We had some great questions, and you know, we'll follow up with it. We have some light snacks here. I should have said it before, some coffee and donuts here, if you'd like to start. I'm sorry, I know this is the end of the time, and I think we will call this an end. Again, thank you very much for coming out here. It is an honor to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.